Let's continue here on the program. We're joined by a gentleman, as a matter of fact. For 31 years, he's played the role of Nick Newman on Young and the Restless. You can check him out each weekday on CBS. He's a big sports fan. And by the way, he has a podcast, Hate to Watch, which we got to talk about also. He's a Cowboys fan. We got to talk about that. He's an Oklahoma Sooners fan also. I guess that's okay. That's cool. We are joined by Joshua Morrow here on the program. What's going on, Josh?
I'm doing really well, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Look, 31 years as Nick Newman. That
Yes,
is
sir.
incredible. You've won a couple of awards. Just, can you talk about that? Did you think you would be playing this role for 31 years?
Never, not in my wildest dreams. I sort of fell into acting extremely late in my life. Wasn't sure what I just really wanted to be like a football coach, to be honest. And really got into theater just because that's where all the girls were, brother. So started taking some theater classes, and man, Y&R was my fourth audition, and I've been doing it ever since, man. It's been the ride of a lifetime. I never imagined that they would have kept me around this long. I think I keep fooling them. But man, it's a true blessing. I never take it for granted. I really, truly have an incredible job.
I feel like I've grown up with Nick Newman. Like now, look, I go back to I think your role came on in '94. I go back to the '80s of watching the Young and the Restless. So that's super awesome. Um, we got look. So you're a Cowboys fan? Like I found that out. You're a Cowboys fan?
Hold,
Like
hold on.
okay, all right.
In,
What
in
is he
my
got?
dressing room.
Oh,
In
God.
my dressing room, baby. Come
Oh,
on. That shirt that you're wearing, it's literally burning my retinas, man. What are we doing? Come on.
I'm a Washingtonian. I'm from the DMV, like so. I mean, I'm a, and by the way, I like to tell this story. So, and well, I'm not going to tell the whole story, but my father actually had he actually signed a contract with the then Redskins back in 1970 when
Really?
Vince Lombardi was the coach. Yes, he was an undrafted free agent out of Howard. He likes to tell the story. Bobby Mitchell actually scouted him at Howard. He likes to tell the story. He came into the office. He was, really nervous. And in the office was Vince Lombardi, Charlie Taylor, the great Charlie Taylor, and the great Bobby Mitchell. He comes in. Coach Lombardi asks him to sit down. He does. He asks him a question. He says, "Do you think you can check Charlie Taylor?" Now think about this, right? Charlie Taylor's one of the best receivers to ever play. He's in the room, so he can't really say, "Well, no, I can't check him," because he would make Bobby Mitchell look bad. And you don't want to say, "Yeah, I can check Charlie Taylor," because now that's you're compromised there.
Sure.
So he sits back and says, "No one can check him." Coach Lombardi pulls out the contract. He signs it. I think he said it was for like 12,500. He's told this story on this show. So that's how far I go back before I was born, Josh.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair, man. And listen, the Cowboy Redskin rivalry is one for the ages. I grew up despising the Redskins, the way all rational Cowboy fans do. A big fan of Jaden Daniels, though. I really like watching him play. I love me some Debo Samuel. And how about Bill? Come on, I love me
Right?
some Bill. Like, dude, that dude runs hard.
He he does. Wait a minute. You like the three players, but you don't like you almost like the team.
Come on, we can keep going. I love me some Scary Terry. Zach Ertz is. I mean, you got some weapons, brother. But
Yeah.
I'm a massive fantasy football player, so I know obviously all your skill position players. I
Gotcha.
got Debo Samuel everywhere. I love him. I love that dude. So, I really like what Washington's putting together. They're obviously a dangerous team. So we'll see. You need to get Jaden obviously healthy. I don't know how bad how bad that knee is. I think it's his knee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He sprained, but he played well last week against the
he did.
Chargers.
He's a dude. Straight up, he's a dude. I love
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. But now I got it now. So since we're giving credit to each other's teams,
Yes,
I
sir.
gotta give credit to Dak. Like I've been on Dak, listen, it's like it's like every other year he's good. And now coming into the season, I'm like, he's going to be good this year. He has played at an MVP level, as you know, Josh.
Listen, other than my hero, Baker Mayfield, because obviously OU for life, I can't think of quarterbacks who have played better than Baker and Dak. Dak's been elite and doing this mostly without CeeDee Lamb. I'm a gigantic Dak Prescott fan. I don't like how much his salary takes of our team's, payroll, like anyone else does. But I can't deny how he's basically said, boys, get on my shoulder. We're going to go. He's been amazing and really happy with him so far. I mean, they should have beat Philly in game one. If CD catches any of those three balls, any of them, the Cowboys win that game. The tie, I mean, how it's the year 2025, how we still have a tie is obscene. And they should have won that game. The Cowboys should be sitting like 4-1, man.
Yeah, I can't really argue with you on that. Joshua Morrow joins us here on the program. Of course, he plays the role of Nick Newman in The Young and the Restless for in excess now of 30 years. We're going to get back to talking about, some Cowboys and Commanders and all of that.
Sure.
But, so Aristotle Dumas is like the big thing. Kane Ashby. What kind of Aristotle Dumas to he becoming Kane Ashby? By the way, I mean, I've watched the show for many years. I don't know, was his character on, I guess his character had been on the program years before?
Yeah, he was played by my buddy Daniel Goddard, by somebody else, and then he went away, for story reasons, and then they brought him back as Billy Flynn, who's done an outstanding job playing Kane Ashby. When this story was sort of brought up, nobody knew. I mean, it was like the biggest secret ever that Aristotle Dumas was going to be Kane Ashby. But it was a really cool story taking place in this like giant maze. I mean, they literally built this huge maze on our sets, and everybody got to wear like a bunch of different clothes that they normally don't do. And there was some intrigue and some drama. So I really it was a great sort of arrival for Billy Flynn and joining our cast. He's been a great addition. So I hope the fans are liking it because he's a good dude. Yeah.
So Nick Newman's father, great Victor Newman, right? It's been on for forever. What's Eric Braeden like, and what's it like playing with this absolutely fantastic cast? Some of whom have been around for quite some time, also.
Oh, listen, the word legend gets thrown around way too much. Eric Braeden is a true legend, an absolute television icon. Great sportsman. You should talk to him someday. He loves sports. That's how, he and I talk sports daily. And he's the man. I mean, he's literally the backbone of our show. He cares still. I mean, he's been on the show forever, but he cares deeply about the quality of what we're doing. He always is trying to find ways to sort of ground it, to sort of avoid what those typical cliches of soap operas can be. He really tries and cares so much about, the stories we're telling. So admire him deeply. He's like a second father to me. I can't believe that I fell into this role of Nick Newman and to have parents like Eric Braeden and Melody Thomas Scott. So just an incredibly fortunate path that I've gone on. And, some big people have had a big part of that, like Eric Braeden. So good dude. You would love him. He's awesome, man. He's a wily son of a gun, smart, man. He knows more about the world than anyone you could ever imagine. I mean, most obscure countries and their political landscapes. I mean, he's a fascinating conversationalist. I mean, an incredible history. If you ever, you should read his book. It's a really good read. I read it over a couple days on a trip to Mexico once. Fascinating life the man's had.
No, very good. Hey, look, Josh, put the word in for us, man. Like that.
I'm going to, if you light that shirt on fire, And send me a video.
That is funny. Of course, Joshua Morrow joins us here on the program, plays the role of Nick Newman on YNR or Young and the Restless weekdays on CBS. Like Nick is this, he's like trying to be the savior of Sharon and Phyllis in a lot of respects. I mean, he's a good dude, right? Hot-headed, but he's seemed to have calmed down, over the years. Right now, his role is kind of calm. He's a kind of a calm guy. Right now, with the whole Shane Aspie thing, the whole Aristotle Dumas Aspie thing and all that. But let me ask you this: how much are you like Nick Newman?
Man, I don't even feel like I'm acting anymore, brother. Nick is just sort of like merged into me, I believe. But yeah, to your point, when I first started, Nick was a hothead and he acted impulsively and irrationally at times. And it's honestly two of the things I love most about him is that, he lacks sort of the game playing ability that his father has, the diplomacy, if you will. He acts with his heart and not so much his brain. And he's a great dude. My greatest compliment about Nick Newman is if he was a real person, he and I would be pretty tight homeboys. I love him. He's a good guy. So love my character. I would never play anyone else. I feel like it was written for me, if you will. And it's good, man. It's good. Hopefully the fans dig it because like I said, I don't even know how much of Nick Newman there's left. I think Nick's a lot of Joshua, baby.
Yeah, because it's interesting. When I looked at your filmography, you've only done like one other thing, right?
I've done like several small movies. Nothing of that. Certainly nothing that's been in a theater or anything that got a lot of pub. But it was early in my career, I like to try and go and shoot a couple small movies if I could fit them in. But I've got the very great problem of being somebody the show counts on a lot. I work a lot. So I don't have a ton of free time to go off and do other things. I just don't. I mean, I work 3-4 days a week, every week, year round, pretty much. And so it's a great problem to have. But it does prevent you from going off and doing a bunch of other stuff. But at this stage of my life and career, man, I'm happy being Nick Newman and being a dad in real life and just playing my sports and just doing my thing.
Yeah, you have been. So I think it was on your Instagram account. It says what, failed professional athlete.
Yes.
Like, so now where'd you go to school?
Well, didn't really go to college. I grew up in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And I put failed professional athlete because that's all I ever wanted to do. So I was a failure at achieving those dreams. But, I was good at every sport, but I wasn't great at any of them. So that was sort of my problem. I mean, I grew up in a small school in Oklahoma. I mean, I lettered in 5 sports. So, I got to do everything. You can't do that anymore. But I like playing everything. And I started this job at 20 and man, I'm 51. I've been doing it ever since.
Man, that is awesome. And of course, Josh is our star picker today here on the program. Before we get into the picks, I got to ask you about, 2 things. So let me ask you about the podcast. How's the podcast coming along?
It's going good. We're trying to build it. I'm a obviously diehard Oklahoma Sooner fan. It is literally the only thing that sort of keeps me really, really happy is when they're doing well, particularly the football team, although I love all their sports. The women's softball team, I'm obsessed with them. The basketball teams, like anything that wears that beloved crimson and cream, I am down with. So, I ran into this guy who was a diehard Texas Longhorn fan, and we decided to sort of start this thing called Hate Watch on YouTube and just talk about our schools, man, talk about our love for these 2 universities. And we do a wrap up after each game talk about that game and then sort of talk about the next one. So this was obviously a very big week. OU Texas, the Red River rivalry, which is I think the greatest rivalry in sports. Now I might be a little biased because I'm a Sooner through and through, but this game means so much to both of these universities. And Oklahoma seems to have a bit of a up trajectory, and Texas seems to be a little down right now. So with any hope, I'm praying that our Heisman Trophy front-running candidate John Mateer plays this weekend. We shall see. But it's starting to look like, there's an old adage, follow the money. The lines in Vegas are sort of starting to creep down. I think people are starting to get the idea that old Matisse is going to be playing this weekend. So I sure hope so, man. There is nothing I like more than whipping that Texas ass. So it's coming.
Mateer versus Manning, because there's been a lot of hype. And by the way, to your point about the Red River Classic, big time event. Now, in years past, I've gone to the event the week before, State Fair Classic, Grambling and Prairie View. So it's all around the whole State Fair Classic thing, or the Texas State Fair, which is really, really cool. You're right. That Red River Classic is pretty big time.
All true sports fans need to go and experience that game, whether you have any skin in it or not, be it Texas or OU. It's a fantastic environment for a college experience at that Texas State Fair, man. And the combo, it's magical. The weather's amazing, and you can get fried Twinkies. You can get anything there. I mean, it's an awesome experience. Half the stadium in cat puke orange, and the other half in our beloved crimson. Dude, it's a magical experience.
Yeah, that's some hate. That's some real hate right there. Joshua Morrow joining us here on the program. All right, it's time to make the picks, right? So you're a big sports fan, so you know what's going on here.
I know them all. Let's go.
Yeah, so I guess the biggest game when you look at, because you could look at Ohio State and Illinois, you could look at the game, but Indiana at Oregon. So Indiana's 7, as you know, Oregon's 3. Who you got in this one?
Well, that game's at Oregon, right?
Yep.
Yeah, up in Eugene. I don't think you're going to beat the Ducks. I think the Ducks are, pretty fantastic, fast. That stadium's going to be banging. And unfortunately, because Texas was so terrible against Florida, they get the college game day. But up until then, OU Texas had it. Thanks, Longhorns, or should I say punk horns. We're going to go with the Ducks on that one at home. Oregon's for real. They're going to be in the Final Four no matter what happens.
Yeah, Oregon is for real. Do you think maybe Indiana was a one-hit wonder, if you will? In other words, last year was a great season. They're playing some good football right now, but a game like this could knock them out of the college football playoff, perhaps.
Well, yeah, a team like Indiana really needs to pretty much run the table from here on out, I think, to be in the playoff. And I don't see them going to Oregon and winning. Last year Indiana obviously great. Side note, here's a fun fact. Remember Don Diamant's son? His son played quarterback at Indiana for a couple of years. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, Xander did very well. Indiana, I don't see it. I'm going to go with Oregon at home for sure. I can't wait to see what Oregon wears. Their uniform combos are always fascinating.
Right? They got the big money behind them. Nike.
Big money, baby.
And then, so this one isn't necessarily, it was not a rank because Auburn's not ranked, but when you're talking about SEC, Georgia is on sort of that proverbial bubble right now, although they got a lot more season left to play. They're in terms of their schedule, it's going to be very, very good. But you got to go to Auburn. Georgia at Auburn. That's always a tough matchup. Even if Auburn's a little bit down this year, that remains actually to be seen. Your thoughts? Who wins Georgia at Auburn?
Hard to go against Gunnar Stockton in Georgia, although I always root for Sooners and Jackson Arnold, the quarterback for Auburn. I'm going to always root for him. So I just think Georgia's got better athletes. Now, when Auburn came to Oklahoma to play, I was very impressed with their defense. They were flying around. They were getting after it. I mean, they were laying hat on anyone. And I was like, Auburn's for real, people. They are for real. But they have not played particularly well since then. So I think Auburn's going to struggle moving the ball. And I think Georgia's going to go down there and win. I really do. I think, Georgia does seem to be a little down, but they still got 5 stars, 4 stars at their 1, 2, 3 deep. I mean, they've got dudes everywhere. So they'll figure it out. Georgia, I think, is going to win, and I don't think it's going to be close.
Of course, our star picker today is Joshua Morrow he plays the role of Nick Newman in Young and the Restless. He joins us here graciously, and we appreciate the time. Let's transition to the National Football League. So, you've got some good matchups. I know your team is the Cowboys, but let's go 49ers at Buccaneers. Well, I already know who you're going to go with in this game. But anyway, 49ers
at
Buccaneers.
What?
Who you got?
We're going with the Magic Man, Shake and Bake. Come on, dude. That's my hero, literally. It's my hero. A friend of mine's actually real friends with him, and I'm always like, dude, tell me about him. Because I'm obsessed with Baker Mayfield. Dude, ball in the fourth quarter in Baker's hand, it's over. The dude's going to win. So I'm going to take Buccaneers. The 49ers are dealing with incredible injury issues all year. They have been absolutely snake bit. I mean, their skill position players, Jennings, Ayuk, Kittle hamstring early, like their O-line, like they just been decimated with injuries. Purdy's missed a ton of time. Mac Jones has came in and played very well, and I think Purdy is now healthy, and I think he's going to play this weekend. But I going to Tampa Bay, my man Bake's got that locked up for sure. How about Ibuka? Good grief. What a superstar in the making he is. That dude can straight up go.
Yeah. No, I like Baker. I do like Baker, man. I liked him his first year. The first year he started when the Browns, it may have been his second year in the league, when the Browns sort of upset the Steelers in the playoffs, even though his career kind of went down. The guy can play. Like you said, guy can play.
Dude, he can play, man. He's gotten a bad rap, which I don't understand. In fact, one of my sons was telling me the other day, he goes, when he had that drive, when the game where he came in and had never played the Rams, and he came in and won a game. He had literally never practiced. They just brought him in because they had a quarterback issue. He came in and led them to a win. Yeah. And he was like, that saved his career. I'm like, no, it didn't. This dude could always play. He just needed to be in the right system. And then like he fell into that Carolina situation. You're like, what is going on? But man, I put him in a good spot, and my man Bake is going to show up, period. And he's got that Sooner dog in him. Oh,
he does. May have helped Liam Neeson. May have helped Liam get his job in Jacksonville. Because I don't know that I expected any drop off from Baker. But to your point, there has been none. As a matter of fact, his game is elevated even from last year when he was really, really good.
Yeah, system is it's almost everything in the NFL. And now he's got incredible weapons, Bucky Irvin and Rashad White in the backfield. Mike Evans got hurt, obviously, but Ibuka and Shepard, he's super relevant now. And Godwin just came back, and, McMillan is about to come back off the IR, and Cade Otton. He's got weapons now, and they protect him. Shake and Bake's going to get it done.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now I was in Tampa last year, by the way. See, I'm a season ticket holder. We're season ticket holders with the Commanders. Even I live in North Carolina. We drive to 5 hours every time they play. But we flew to Tampa last year for the Commanders and Tampa. By the way, so I'm sure you've been to Cowboys games. Before we get to the next pick, you've been to Cowboys games. Have you? But you've never been. I don't take it you've ever been to Philadelphia when the Cowboys have played.
I have never been, although a good friend of mine, John Kincaid, who does the Eagles, television and radio out there, keeps inviting me, and someday I'm determined to go. But I've never been to Philly, but I'm afraid for my life. I feel like they're a little aggressive as well.
Let me. I gotta.
I'm not quiet.
Right. Well. Yeah. Well. Yes. I understand. Right. Because if if Josh mirrors Nick, then yes, we understand that. As you have said, we get it, man. I mean, yeah, you may want to be with John Kincaid or be in the press box. Don't go with your Cowboys gear on. We went with our gear on because we went to the NFC Championship game. And look, back in the day, we had season ticket, and Father had season tickets, but we would go to Philly every now and again. He said we're not wearing any gear. That was 30 plus years ago. 30 plus years later, now I understand exactly why he said that. I mean, we got called. I mean, any name you can think of, any term. I mean, it was terrible in Philly, man. They're terrible on the opposing team's fans.
I don't understand. I mean, listen, I love fan support, but I mean, the narrative is unmatched. The Philly fans are just terrible on people. But rough week to be a Philly guy. I mean, their Phillies got, lost their 2 games at home, and then the Eagles lost. I mean, the Phillies did win last night against my Dodgers, but wasn't a good time to be a Philly fan last week. So
yeah, and no way the Eagles should have lost that game.
No, they shouldn't have.
By the way, no way in the world. All right, Lions.
How many? Did you see the stat? How many rushes? How many times did they turn around and hand the ball to Saquon freaking Barkley?
I think it was 6. Was it 6? I think it was
6.
Yeah,
times.
It was 6 times. Yeah.
That's grounds for being fired. Give me a break.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
No.
All right, Lions at Chiefs, right? So the Chiefs are, but look, I was not surprised on Monday Night Football because I mean, I thought that the Jaguars would be solid this year, and they have been to this point. Enter Liam, who we talked about was the OC last year in Tampa for, of course, for Baker Mayfield. Lions started out the season kind of bad, but now they are on a roll. Lions at Chiefs, who you got?
I think the Chiefs put it together this weekend. They're still a week away from getting Rashee Rice back, which will really enhance their offense deeply. I think that game is at home for them. I think they'll win. I do. The Lions do seem to be rolling right now, though. I mean, all of them are performing to an extreme degree, except for Jameson Williams. They haven't really found a way to get him going yet. But I think the Chiefs will win that game. I also tend to believe the referees really, really like them some Chiefs at home. So, we'll be ready for that call where you're just like, okay.
And so I'm assuming when you played high school 5 sports, one of the sports was football. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, baby.
Come on. So what position?
Come on, QB1. Let's go, brother. Come on.
Okay.
I also did everything. I was the kicker. I was the punter. Obviously, I did everything. Played corner. That's what you do at small schools. You do it all.
Yeah. You didn't have any offers?
No, man. I graduated high school. So right now I'm 6 feet, about 200 pounds. I graduated high school at like 5'10", 160 pounds. And I was a little, skinny option quarterback. And nobody wanted somebody that small at their school. What I should have done was kick. I could have kicked probably anywhere, but I just wasn't that. I was like, it was take the pads off time. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go try something else now.
Yeah. Well, look, the podcast is Hate Watch. The proper name, not Hate Watch. Yes, is the podcast. He plays, of course, the role of Nick Newman. Check him out each and every weekday on CBS on Young and the Restless. Joshua Morrow joins us here on the program. Josh, man, this has been a blast. Great to catch up with you. Continued success in all you do.
Thank you, my friend. Good luck to you as well. I had a question for you, though, as a diehard Washington Commanders fan.
Sure.
Because, at the risk of delving into a political issue.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's go.
How, did you like the name change?
No.
I don't either. And again, at the risk of being like somebody who maybe isn't aware of, political whatever, it just felt like the soul was sort of taken away from it, from the franchise. I don't know. I mean, again, it's above my pay grade deciding the sort of social acceptance of it, but the Redskins, it was like, I don't know, it made me feel something. The name Commanders, it feels like I don't know, like an indoor hockey team. I don't know. I don't know. The Redskins, like you'd hear it, you'd be like, on Sunday night, we've got the Eagles versus the Redskins. And now it's like, oh, the Commanders. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't know, man. Like a lot of pressure. That's the thing. It's like it was a lot of pressure. There are still when I again being from the DMV, 50% of the people are still going to call the team the Redskins. Probably more than 50%. There had been some talk about changing the name back. Like you're not that ain't going. I mean, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
That's like unringing a bell, man. That ain't going to happen.
Right. It's not going to happen. So
yeah.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I mean, I still look. I got a starter jacket. You know what I mean? That's got the Redskins on it. You know what I mean? So I'm still. If you want to call it throwback, whatever. I still got some Redskins stuff too. You know what I mean? So.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you do well, except against the Cowboys, sir, and your season goes okay.
Yeah. No, sounds good.
And all who right, are you rooting for in the OU Texas game? Who are you rooting for in the OU Texas
game? Let me see. Who am I rooting?
There's only one answer.
I know the answer you want me to give. Okay. But see, this is the thing. Like, I wasn't a big not that I wanted any ill will against Manning. I just thought it was a problem with all of the hype prior to the season, and we've seen that it was just, in fact, that hype. Not that he's not going to be good, but it just hasn't worked out so far. I'm an underdog guy. I'm always an underdog guy. So and Josh, I'm gonna roll with you. Look, you roll with me on the Commanders thing, Redskins thing a little bit earlier. I'm gonna roll with you on the OU thing this time. I got you.
Okay. We appreciate you. And to your point, listen, I hate the Texas Longhorns more than the heat from the fire of a billion suns. But I feel bad for Arch Manning. Can you imagine the pressure that kid is under, the microscope at all times, the expectations? I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. And, I'm pulling for him. He seems like a great kid from a great family. And I'd like to see him do well in every game except this weekend. So,
yeah. And if they don't, that may be. I mean, they'll find that could be all. It's hard for me now. This where we are with the CFP. You got the 12 teams. It's hard. Even Notre Dame. Like it's hard to say Notre Dame. Well, the only problem about Notre Dame is you're playing teams like NC State. You don't have any ranked teams remaining on the schedule. So
yeah.
But even still, they still got to make the picks. And Notre Dame is such a brand. Like, are you going to really, if you can put them in, are you really going to keep them out? That would be my question. But this could be a nail in the coffin for Texas if they lose.
For sure. I think this is their whole season. OU can afford to lose this game and still make the playoff. I think Texas is in trouble if they lose this game. But we shall see. Stranger things have certainly happened. To your point, the brand means something for sure. Notre Dame, if they don't have the quality wins left on their schedule, they got USC though, right? Still.
Yes, yeah.
But they fell out of the top 25, so it's gonna be tough for Notre Dame, and it's definitely gonna be tough for Texas if they lose this weekend, which they're gonna.
Very good. All right, man. Appreciate you.
Oh, of course. Anytime, sir.